What's up guys, Viper here and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we're going to be looking at my 4-2-3-1 post-patch, new, whatever you want to say, 4-2-3-1 custom tactics. So not too much has changed, but there are some small, quite important changes I feel like. This is what I'm using in qualifiers, this is what I'm using in champs, this is what I'm using in all tournaments I'm playing. Obviously the team's quite good. Blanc is actually really good. I didn't like him at first. Bruno is sick. He's like the secondary CDM, the one that kind of pushes up the ball carrier, so to speak. But let's get into the tactics. So it's 4 depth this time. I believe it was 6 depth on the last one. With how susceptible you are now to counter attacks, I feel like the lower depth is kind of more important. There are some times where I'll switch up to like a 6 or a 7 still. But for now, 4 depth, 5 width as well, and balance. This is all pretty self-explanatory, normal stuff. So yeah, there's them. But on the offensive side, we've dropped the width. This is because the 4-2-3-1 is narrow anyway, so there's no need to really have it too high, to be honest. So we keep that on 4 and play quite through the lines, quite through the middle. And when we do have the opportunity to get it wide to the Ram and Lamb, we will do that through the fullbacks. Balanced defensive style as well. None of these are really that good. I mean, possession's alright if you want to try possession. Not really for me though. I'd like to keep it balanced. Players in the box is one that has changed a lot. We've dropped that down from, I think it was 7 to now 5, maybe even 4. Personal preference really. Obviously, the higher it is, the more players get into the box, the more susceptible you are to counter-attacks. So dropping this down is quite important, I feel like now. You can't really get away with it anymore. A lot of it was like outscoring the opponent. That is not possible anymore. This game is so competitive. There are so many good people at this game that I've had to drop this down to stop the counter-attacks, which are so open. Now getting onto the instructions, we have getting behind and stay forward on Ronaldo. I had this last time, works a treat. No need to change this at all. This is something that has changed quite drastically though. Probably the biggest change to the formation is we now have nothing on any of the cams. They're fully balanced. Nothing is touched on them essentially. And I think that's something that's changed because if I had them on stay forward still, it's literally just my CDMs who are quite high actually in the 4-2-3-1 for some reason this year. They leave quite a gap between the centre backs, to where if I had them all on stay forward, I would just be getting hit on the break even more and more. You're seeing a pattern form here, aren't you? Really, it's all about not getting hit on the counter attack. So yeah, this is why these are all unbalanced now. You could even have these on comeback on defense. I do it defensively, like when I'm in a tight game, 80th minute or so. But I actually have a different formation entirely for that. But moving on to the CDMs, both on cut passing lanes, both on cover centre. And then we have the more defensive one on stay back, and the more attacking one on balanced. The reason for this is I like Bruno as a ball carrier. He's so good at passing the ball through. He's so good at shooting. If you see my shooting tutorial, you will know why I like to have him on balance. He is ridiculous outside of the box. Like absolutely ridiculous. So he's quite an important player for me. Probably the most important player in the team, in fact. He is so good, man. Blanc is obviously on stay back because he's the defensive one. His legs are so long, he intercepts almost everything. Cut passing lanes is pretty self-explanatory, but cover centre is something that we've been having on for years now. And cut passing lanes is completely up to you. I've seen some people use man mark, and he'll just stay tight to one player. Bit dangerous, really. You want to be sort of like zonal marking the attackers. But yeah, boys, that's it for the CDMs. And then on the fullbacks, it's just stay back. Everybody has that on. Stay back on the fullbacks. Got to be done sometimes. But yeah, lads, let's get into a game now, shall we? Right, boys, into the game. Rashford, Aubameyang with a shadow. Just a full Premier League team. That is a really weird team. Some interesting chemistry styles on this players, but let's get into the game. Little dink there. Mbappe running. That's where we're going to get our joy down there. Oh, lovely from Ronaldo. Mbappe should be in here. And that's 1-0. Wow. So if you time the shot correctly, lads, you can essentially make them start the diving animation. as you shoot from that kind of angle, and you always score. Good goal, man. Try and play him in here. That's how I stopped his run for. Good play from Neymar though. Ronaldo, I tried to fake shot that past him. Blanc's intercepted that. Rashford in the box. Oh, got away with that. Ronaldo, and of course he's going to score that every time. And he's going to rage quit, I think. Is he going to rage quit? Wow, that's an incredibly quick video, that, boys. But yeah, man, that's it. That's the 4-2-3-1 for you. It's a bit slower to build up in, but that's the kind of success you can get with it. Obviously, your middle cam is going to be the main focus of the team, and if you have somebody like Neymar there, you're gonna absolutely love the formation, you know. But you have to make sure your middle cam is very, very good on the ball, got very good passing, so on and so forth. But that's going to be it for this video, boys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and you subscribe to the channel. Until the next one, I'll see you later. Peace.